Welcome to the channel, everyone, and in today's video we're going to take a look at Ratchet Clank on the PlayStation 4. So Ratchet Clank, I started playing this game actually because I got the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 came with like 20 something free games. And I remember seeing the Rift Apart trailer a while back during the PlayStation event, and Rift Apart is this, I believe, the second installment that is coming out for this game. And so since it was free, I'm like, hey, we're gonna check it out. And I recently just finished it, and wow, I actually enjoyed it way more than I originally thought I was going to. It's got a very like Disney Pixar type feel to it, at least it did for me. And it's just fun. It kind of mixes, being serious, but also, kind of fun and funny and jokey all at the same time. And I just had a blast. Some of my favorite things in this Ratchet & Clank is that they had a ton of worlds that you can go to. As you can see right up here, they had like 9 or 10 different, planets to go to, and each planet had some different, environment, different place you can go. There's like the ice planet, there's here's the ice planet now. We were just on like this desert gas planet. Another thing that I found, actually pretty cool, but I didn't quite understand, is the whole card system. I didn't know why I was collecting cards at first. I didn't realize that when you get the set, you actually get some sort of bonus. Like you can see up there, I got some sort of, more crystal bonus or more experience bonus, kind of stuff like that. So it was really fun trying to get all those collectibles. And the gameplay for this is really simple, but it was really, really fun and enjoyable. I had a blast. And there's parts where you're getting like spaceships or turrets, and you kind of do like these space battles or shoot down ships, and that was all super fun. I really enjoyed all of that, and probably its biggest strong suit, I would say, for Ratchet & Clank is that its combat is extremely satisfying, and I feel like it never gets dull. There's so much weapon variety that you can literally, like, I went through the game 3 different times and was still getting used to different weapons, and I really like that the more you used a weapon, the better the weapon got. Like, if you use the Peacemaker or the Buzz Blades, the more often you use that, the more it upgrades itself. And then you can upgrade each of these weapons to level 10. And so all these weapons were all super fun. I think I enjoyed pretty much, all of them. They were all really, really enjoyable, which adds a lot of replayability to it. And also, this being a Ratchet and Clank game, there's plenty of levels that you played as just Clank. Now, Clank can't do as much stuff as obviously Ratchet can, but most of the time when you're with Ratchet, you're together. As you can see, Clank's right there on his back. But it was fun kind of playing, getting to play a little bit of both of them. A lot of Clank's side missions were like little puzzles, which were all super fun. It did take me a few tries to kind of figure out what everything does, but it was really fun. So kind of like the premise of like the whole, I guess, the story of Ratchet & Clank is Ratchet wants to be a galactic ranger. That's something that he's always kind of wanted to be, and throughout the story he eventually becomes one, and you're fighting like these Blarg, which are trying to take over planets and basically destroy the planets and remake them into their own. And that's what like one of the spaceships you get on at the end is called the Deplanetizer, and it basically just kind of smashes a bunch of planets together because these Blarg don't really have a planet, I think, if I understood that right, and they're basically, they're doing an evil way to try to get their own planet, but these guys here that we're, blasting to bits are all Blarg, and they're all ran by this one commissioner or whatever his name was. But anyways, so Ratchet and Clank are trying to stop him. They join the Galactic Rangers, and eventually you find out that Captain Quirk or something like that, I might be saying his name wrong. He's a big green guy, kind of like a Hulk, big strong looking dude. He betrays them, rats them out, ends up going on to the enemy side. And that's kind of like the premise of Ratchet and Clank is you're just trying to stop these Blarg, and also, you know, you join the Rangers, and so you're trying to stop them. And these Blarg have basically taken over a bunch of planets. They're trying to steal resources, you know, whatever it is from each of these planets. Like one of the tropical planets, they were trying to steal water. And on this one, it looked like that they were experimenting with like a sheepinator, which is like a weapon that transforms enemies into sheep. I don't know why you would need something like that, but that's, you know, something that they were doing on this planet. Another thing that I found myself enjoying quite a bit in this game was a lot of the puzzles. Unfortunately, I totally forgot to record some of the puzzles or anything, but there's quite a few puzzle solving type things where you have to use like the what's it called? It's like a transmogrifier or something like that, and you basically plug it in, and it's got like all these lasers, and you have to deactivate the lasers. I don't know. There's quite a bunch of puzzles like that, and I found myself enjoying them actually quite a bit. A lot of them were really fun. Some of them weren't as fun as others. Of course, in any other game, there's going to be certain things that you like more than others, but a lot of the puzzles and, you know, problem-solving things were actually a lot of fun. Another thing that I really liked is as you go throughout the game, you acquire abilities, or I guess not necessarily abilities in this sense, but you acquire gadgets. Like here, I had Magna Boots, and I was able to walk up certain types of walls. And then here I have grind boots. So a lot of these things, you know, you'll see like rails like this or walls that you can climb up to very early game, and because you don't have those skills or those gadgets, you're not able to go and traverse those areas. So it's got a lot of not only replayability, but makes you want to go back to previous areas to explore. There's quite a few areas that I was unable to get to. Like I could see, I want to say it was the planet was called Rilgar, and I could see that there was a golden bolt, which there's usually, you know, 2 or 3 on every planet, just like little collectibles to get, and I could physically see it over there, but I didn't have the capability to grab it. One, because I didn't have the Magna Boots, and I didn't have the jetpack, and, you know, all these other things. So it was really cool adding that level of, you know, going back and exploring at the end, which was a lot of fun. Another thing that I actually enjoyed a lot were the boss battles in this. Here, I mean, I'm fighting the final boss, but there was a few. There wasn't a whole lot, you know, on each planet, but I think there was at least, you know, a few. Like there was the, oh, what's it called? The big robot chick, Mrs. Zircon, which is like the big robot version of the little robot that we have, which is Mr. Zircon. There's a few bosses, and they were all really fun. I think one of my favorite bosses actually was probably Captain Quirk, which he was one of the Galactic Rangers that eventually kind of betrays you. And I really like that boss fight because he uses all the same weapons you do. So, like, unlike this guy, he uses pretty much the same things over and over again. He'll use this big old laser that does quite a bit of damage, and then he'll do like like you saw earlier, just a regular laser bolts. That, or he'll turn around and go heal himself, kind of thing. But Captain Quirk was fun because he got to use basically all the same weapons as you did. Like he used the Groovatron, the, you know, Peacemaker, all these things. So the boss fight for him, I actually enjoyed quite a bit. It was really fun, and it was different than all of the other bosses. Now, kind of thinking about some of the things that I didn't quite like. You know, it's kind of hard because I don't know if there's anything that I specifically didn't like about this game. I was actually pleasantly surprised about how much I did enjoy it. You know, just from watching it, you know, beforehand, I didn't know really anything about Ratchet and Clank. I played like the original, like, I know there's like a ton of Ratchet and Clank games, and we had one on the PlayStation 2, you know, way back when, and I don't even remember really playing it that much, but I know we had it. So playing it again, I wasn't really expecting a whole lot, but it was way more fun than I originally thought it was going to be. All the, you know, fights and the the weapons and all that stuff is all like really fun, and I'm really impressed about how much I liked it. I mean, I guess that the only thing that I could say that I didn't like it was that there's a few like, you know, real cheesy moments or kind of kiddish moments, but it's a fun game. Very, like I said earlier in the video, it's very like a Disney Pixar style. At least that's the vibe that I got. Very much like that. It's very fun. Not really anything that I would nitpick per se. I guess there were some spots, you know, where enemies kind of just hit you like super hard, but I mean, that's kind of any video game, you really think about it. Now, kind of just thinking about what I'd give this game out of 10, this game for me was definitely a 9 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Anyways, guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the content, please consider being a subscriber, and we'll catch you on the next one.